you mean I've got to talk about heart in the workplace? Like, I didn't sign up for that, right? And can you bring it to our listeners and like, why should that leader that's maybe in a technology company and, hard charging, came up as a programmer and now they're leading people and they kind of worry about this heart thing? Like, Jeff, I barely have time to get all my emails done, much less have to worry about the heart. How you guys sort of, talk about that with the leaders that you work with?
Hey, I want to tell a story about Rachel. Rachel couldn't stand one of her employees, and she wasn't getting anything from this employee that she needed. And what ended up happening in coaching conversations with Rachel is that she found out how much she didn't care for this employee, and that was standing in the way. And she really made this resolve that she wasn't going to ask for anything from the employee that she wasn't really willing to give herself. And so she knew she had to show up totally. And it was seeing this employee's humanity. We don't even have to use the word heart if people are nervous about that. It's like we see their humanity. And once Rachel started doing that, she just pitched right in and she gave everything to Rachel that she needed. And they were working now together as a team again.
Thank you, Nancy. That's great. How about you, Sharon?
I often don't use the word heart when I work with business executives. And yet it's a heart-centered thing that shifts when they have a change in relationships. I worked with a guy who had an employee, and this was a very high-tech company. And everybody in the department was mad at Lydia because she blew up every now and then. And she just yelled and called people names. She was really pretty disrespectful. So Jack finally met with her and asked her how she accounted for these blow-ups. And when he listened and really listened, he began to see that he had asked Lydia to do an absolutely undoable job. She was given as much work as two people could do if they didn't even go home for weekends, right? And in the end, he was amazed because she had tried to tell him before, but once he listened, he actually apologized to her and asked for her input about restructuring the workload, and the entire department changed. I mean, in a way that you could hardly believe. He brought his heart to the table.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So Sharon and Nancy, it has just been so fantastic to have you on the show. Thank you for your contributions and for all that you've taught me over the years.
Thank you, Jeff. This was great being with you.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. So you've been listening to Voltcast Illuminating Leadership. If you'd like to reach me, reach out at jeff@voltageleadership.com, or you can find us www.voltageleadership.com, and you can find any information about us that you want. In the meantime, we really appreciate Sharon and Nancy being on the show, and we'll be back next week at 1 p.m. Eastern. In the meantime, make it a great week.